Remember my happy accident with this stretch neckline? It was supposed to look like this, but ended up having a design change to look like this. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to you. Here are 3 tips to avoid stretching necklines while working with knits. Tip number 1, stay stitch or stabilize your neckline first. To stay stitch, you want to use your machine to create a stitching line just inside your seam allowance, and that will prevent it from stretching so much when handling and when sewing. I'm going to show you 2 options to stabilize your neckline. You can use stay tape, which you can buy by the roll, or you can create your own strip with interfacing. If you're going to cut this out yourself, for knit fabrics, you want to cut it on the bias so that it's stretchy. All you have to do is lay it flat along your neckline and just make sure that it is just outside of the stitching line, so it's just catching. Another way to stabilize is by using clear elastic. You want to cut a piece of elastic the same length as your neckline and stitch it in place inside the seam allowance using a zigzag stitch. Tip number 2 is you want to use the correct needle and stitch. You want to use a ballpoint needle or a stretch needle. The type of stitching you would want to use is a zigzag stitch, or you could use your serger, which creates a chain stitch like this. Tip number 3, handle with care. While sewing, let the machine do the work. Don't pull or stretch the fabric, just guide it gently. Have you had any happy accidents with knits? Share your tips or questions in the comments.